Good morning. It's Christina with your A.M Manna. And this morning's manna is coming from two scriptures. The first being Proverbs 10, verse 9. And the second one will be coming from James chapter 1, verse 17. Proverbs 10 and 9 reads, "Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but he who makes his ways crooked will be found out." Now, I looked up the word securely. And the word securely means in a fixed or stable manner, without threat or danger. So God is saying that whoever walks with integrity walks securely. That means you're fixed. Your ground that you stand on is stable. You don't have to you walk without threat. There's nothing that can be done to you because you're protected by God. When you walk with integrity. When we walk with integrity, we're walking securely. We're walking stable. We're walking fixed without danger. We're safe in God. But it says, but he who makes his ways crooked will be found out. Now, the word integrity means the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. Your morals are upright. It says the quality of being honest and showing a consistent and uncompromising adherence to strong moral and ethical principles and values. That is what integrity means. Integrity, someone with integrity that walks in integrity is going to be honest. Someone with integrity is going to be the same in front of you and behind your back, in public and behind closed doors. They're the same person. They don't laugh and smile in your face in public, and then behind closed doors, they talk about you and degrade you. They don't call you friend, sis, bro to your face, and then behind your back, allow someone to speak ill of you. One doesn't have to protect your honor because one is entitled to their opinion. However, it doesn't take much to say, hey, that is between you and them, and I would rather that we not discuss that while they're not here to defend themselves. That doesn't say that I dismiss what you feel about them. That doesn't say you don't have a right to have whatever issue you have with them. It simply says that I'm not going to discuss it with you while they're not around. That's integrity. And God is looking for some integral people in this hour. God says that the reason we get offended by people hanging around with people that we've fallen out with is simply because we don't trust their integrity. We don't believe that they're integral enough that when we're not around, if they were in the presence of those that we didn't mess with, that they wouldn't speak ill of us with them. And God comes to say this morning, why are we hanging with people that we don't trust to be completely integral when we're not around? Why are we giving people inner court access to us when we don't trust them to be out of our presence and not speak ill of us if they're in the company of someone that we do not get along with or speak to? We need to self-examine this morning, because if a person doesn't have integrity, then they definitely shouldn't have inner court access to you. We have gotten to an hour where God says it is time for us to compartmentalize. It's time to put people in their places. It's not saying that you need to cut people completely off, but it does say that you need to know where they belong and the type of access that they are granted when it comes to you. It's not about being arrogant. It's about protecting your peace. We're around here praying for peace, but we're allowing everyone to have the same type of access to us. God says that we're supposed to protect our peace. So therefore, we must be able to put people in their places and set boundaries. We must also ourselves have integrity. We can't expect others to have integrity, and we ourselves aren't integral as well. God says that his word cuts like a two-edged sword. So this word is not just for those that don't have integrity when it comes to us, but are we ourselves integral? God is looking for integrity in this hour. God says that we do things behind closed doors, and because no one sees, we think we have gotten away with something. But God says to remind us this morning that he sees, that he knows. No one else has to see. No one else has to know. But God sees and God knows. And God says that when we fully have an understanding of that, then we will change. We can't help but change because it demands change. Because once you know the truth sets you free. And the truth of the matter is, no one else has to see. God sees. No one else has to know. God knows. God knows whether or not we truly have integrity. He knows whether we're integral people. We can pretend all day for people. But at the end of the day, when we go home and we're behind closed doors and those people are no longer around, so we take off that facade, we take off that face, that mask that we've worn all day. And then we let down our guard and we begin to allow the people that are closest to us to see the real us. God knows. God sees. And when we have a full understanding of that, a true understanding of that, we walk different, we talk different, we do things differently, because we understand that even though the person that we're talking about may not hear us, God hears us. Although, we're tearing down somebody's character behind their back because we don't like them, or they said something that offended us, or they walked away from us, and we're upset. So we're tearing down their character behind closed doors, behind the scenes. God knows. God sees. And at the end of the day, if we truly think about it, while we're around here performing for people, people don't have the power to bless us. People are a vessel that God may use to bless us. But God blesses. Only God blesses. Which brings me to James chapter 1, verse 17. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. While we're around here pretending for people and not understanding that the things we wait on and the things that we want and the things that we're performing for man, they come from God. We can pretend for man. We can hide things from man. We can lie to man. But we can't pretend for God. We can't lie to God. And we certainly can't hide anything from God. Because God knows all and God sees all. So while we're performing for man, thinking that man can open a door, man can't open a door that only God can open. While we're around here performing for man, thinking that man can bless us financially and get resources to us and help us get them, man can't give us something that belongs to God. See, God is looking at the person behind the scenes, not the one that we're pretending to be in public. God is looking for integrity in this hour. Some integral people. Those are the people that he's raising up. It's time to do some self-reflection, because Proverbs 10:9 reads the word of God. Whoever walks in integrity walks securely. True integrity. Integrity, the kind of integrity that God finds when he searches. Because God searches the heart. God knows what's in our heart. God knows our deepest, darkest thoughts. Even though no one else may know them, God is listening. God hears. God sees. Let's keep that in mind today.